everyone.
Hi guys. So today we are doing a double bonus thing. We are, first of all, fixing food for a little family party tomorrow. We wanted to use recipes from Nancy Drew, and we're also using a couple of recipes that were suggested underneath one of our previous videos in the comments, which was
Cucumber sandwiches with black tea from Ghost of Thornton Hall.
not the only thing that we'll be eating tomorrow, but it is one that we haven't shot yet. We have the Black Forest cake going in the oven right now from the Captive Curse. Smells amazing. That'll be coming out in a few minutes. But for now, let's get started on the stuff that we haven't done on this channel up to now. First of all, we're gonna get our tea going. We're using loose leaf tea today, so we're gonna be brewing it in this jar just to kind of minimize mess. You can use whatever your favorite black tea and tea bag is, or if you like loose leaf tea, you can absolutely use that. This is just some basic loose leaf black tea, English breakfast tea that we like. And we're gonna be making about a quart's worth for now. And we have some water heating. So while that finishes up, let's go ahead and throw some tea in there. This is, for this particular one, for a quart, we're gonna be using about 4 to 6 teaspoons. So let's say 2 tablespoons in here for the quart. I like my tea a little on the stronger side. I just realized we're not shooting overhead, but this part here, not many steps you can see from over there. And our water is heated. We're just going to take some hot water that we had brought to a boil, pour that over it, and we're going to let that steep for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how strong you want it.
All the way?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Amazing. It's very hot. We're going to set that off to the side while we start assembling our sandwiches. Cucumber tea sandwiches from the wedding menu at Ghost of Thornton Hall. Obviously we could do just a very simple cucumber, butter or cream cheese, bread, maybe a little salt and pepper, the basic very minimal cucumber sandwich, but let's be real, this is Thornton Hall.
Exactly.
This is for the wedding menu. They're having a lot of very strong flavors on the rest of that menu that we get to see. So we clearly cannot just do cucumber and some cream cheese on a piece of bread and call it a day. So we're still going to keep it fairly simple just because, like I just said, there are a lot of strong flavors already going on in the menu. So we want there to be a little bit of something that's not so overpowering, but we still want it to be able to stand up to the others. So for that, we are going to start off first with our cream cheese spread base. We've got 1 box of cream cheese here, basic 8-ounce box that we let soften while we were doing other things.
And I believe the recipe we have below, we are doubling that today just because we are making it for a bigger event tomorrow.
So we're going to give you amounts for, yeah, in the comments we'll put half amounts for if you're doing it for yourself and just a couple other people. So we're just going to take our block of cream cheese that's been sitting out at room temp for a little bit. If you don't have time to let it sit out at room temp, just put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds or so to soften it up a little. And then for 1 block of cream cheese, we're going to add some mayo to that to soften it up.
Oh, cakes!
Cake time! Have a sniff.
Has nothing to do
Smells
with
so
the
good.
sandwiches, but yes.
Well, it has something to do with the sandwiches in that we're going to eat them both on the same day, and it's going to be the best meal ever.
I think you broke it. Ow!
Sorry.
Just got uppercut punch from the stand.
We really do need to get a better overhead tripod at some point. Anyway, so we're gonna soften up this cream cheese a little bit with some mayo, make it a little bit more spreadable. It's still, honestly, that's still pretty cold in the middle. Let's throw it in the microwave for like 15-20 seconds. What?
You tried to shove me.
You tried to kick me.
I did kick you.
So
There's no
I
try.
should shove you then. If that's the rule.
It's not very nice of you.
Alright, that's better. That's a little softer.
Smush, 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 smush.
Alright. So for 1 block of cream cheese, we're going to add 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of mayo. In general, I would say use a nice quality mayo. I did not remember to bring a nice quality mayo today, so we're just using what we have.
She's shading my fridge.
I'm pretty sure everyone at Thornton Hall would be shaming you for using less than good quality mayo.
Excuse me.
You, in the South, you don't mess around with mayo.
This is fine mayo. It's not Miracle Whip, so we're good. That would be,
Calm down, there are going to be some people in the comments who like Miracle Whip, so you better be
not
nice.
in the South! You just said in the South you better use the right mayo. I said as long as I didn't have Miracle Whip, so I'm not as bad as I could be.
Where we live currently, the right mayo would be Duke's. So if you have Duke's, feel free to throw that in there. But this, we're not using just mayo on its own. We can get away with a little bit of
Next.
badness. Alright, so next we are gonna season up our spread a little bit more. We're gonna add some red onion. We've got some red onion left over from supper last night. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons or so of that in there. Actually, no. We're gonna also add some salt and some fresh ground pepper.
We'll see if we
This doesn't have to be super precise. We just want a little bit of extra flavor in our spread. Then we are also going to add some dill in there, get that really good cucumber dill flavor, always delicious. And we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of dill in there. Also, I forgot, I was doing half amounts on the red onion. Let's put another tablespoon or 2 in there. Let's just go ahead and put what we have. So about a 1/4 cup of red onion total for a whole block of cream cheese. And then about 2 tablespoons of fresh dill, or if you're not using fresh, then about 2 teaspoons of dry dill or dill seed. But if you're using dry, then definitely try to let it sit for a little while before you eat it so the flavors can kind of combine. We're just going to chop that up a little bit smaller so that we can mix it into our spread. So that's looking and smelling great, but we still want to make it a little bit more to our personal tastes. So if you absolutely hate this next ingredient, you can leave it out, but unless you hate it, I think it's gonna be really good. We're gonna add some capers.
I got a spoon.
Do you have a tiny one? Okay. We're gonna put about, for the whole pack, we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of capers. We're gonna cut those up just a little bit smaller first. So we're gonna take them out on our tray. And this is gonna add a little bit more salt, a little bit more tang, a little bit more just goodness to it. Woo! It's going everywhere. I love capers. I could just eat them straight out of the jar.
It's probably enough. We don't have that much filling.
We've got about 2 tablespoons.
Let's see if any of y'all remember what video this spoon is from.
Mmm, so good. And to add a little bit more salt, a little bit more tang, a little bit more goodness and softness, we're also going to add about 2 teaspoons of the juice from the jar of capers.
How is it?
Try it. It's okay.
I want to
Try
eat
it.
it. No, I want to eat it in the sandwich.
I'll be right back.
Hey, we need the filling. Don't eat it all. We're gonna go ahead and strain our tea and put steeping for about,
It's about 7-8 minutes. So we've got that here. We're just gonna strain out some of those leaves since we didn't use tea bags. We've got our little teapot. We're gonna set the rest off to the side for later. And just set this on our tray for once we're ready. So let's get back to the sandwiches for now. For the amount of spread that we're making, I'm hopeful that we can make about 6 big sandwiches, so we'll need about 12 slices of bread. Let's find out if that's about what we end up with. So let's start off with 6 slices of bread, because that'll be a good amount to fill up this tray. And we're just gonna spread a nice layer of this on each piece of bread.
Come over. Come here. Come on this side.
Sir.
Come this side. Oh, no. He said not today.
And so for now, we don't really have room on our tray to do more than 6 slices of bread at a time. We're gonna take one of our cucumbers. We bought seedless English cucumbers, and we're gonna cut those up into thin slices. You can cut them into either rounds or lengthwise. What's your preference? Do you want to do rounds or lengthwise of the cucumber?
Rounds.
Rounds, okay. It'll be a little bit easier. And we're just gonna do nice thin slices of cucumber. They don't have to be paper thin since we're doing rounds. We can't really layer these too much. We have a pile of our little cucumber rounds, and we're going to go ahead and fill up our sandwiches. Not all the way to the edge. We are going to be cutting the crusts off of our sandwiches. So we're gonna do it about like so. Almost to the edge of the bread, but not quite. And then we're gonna, once we put cucumbers on half of them, we're gonna fold it over. We've got 3 big sandwiches now. And we're gonna set those to the side while we cut the crusts, I cannot speak, off of
These sandwiches.
the sandwiches one at a time. Alright, so one more thing before we try our goodies for today. We'll get back to the rest of our sandwiches later, but again, we are making these a bit more in bulk. It's going to be a lot of time consuming repetitive video if we just make the whole batch right now. We're gonna put our little sandwiches on a tray. That looks so cute. We've got a lime. We're gonna cut that up for our tea. I think that's enough for a little taste test. So we're gonna stop our overhead video, snap a couple pictures, and we will be right back.
Tea time!
Looks super good. Hold on, let me give the camera a close-up.
And it is, I believe, officially tea time. It's around 2:30, a very tea time if you do agree.
Look at our lovely tray with tea based on what was available during the game. Cucumber sandwiches for our snack. Let me move my hand out of the way.
We've got a bit
so
of mint
yummy
and lime in our tea.
It's a little blurry there. I know good and well you're gonna want more sugar than that in your tea.
Maybe you will.
You will. We have some lemons, not lemon, so we used lime for this. There were limes and lemons available in the game in the fruit bowl. I believe we used the lemon for part of one of the game puzzles, and what's left at the tea service looks like it's sliced lime. So we're going with sliced lime. And then
just squeeze a little bit of my lime in there.
Yes. Yeah, we already threw our lime wedges in for the photo, and they didn't stay up nicely. So I'm gonna give it a little squeeze. So fancy.
Perfection. It doesn't taste too minty.
That is good. The longer the mint stays in there, also the mintier it'll taste. But that's not the only thing we're here for today. We are also here for our little sandwiches.
Yes.
So, moment of truth, if they're as good as we think they'll be.
The dill, I think, helps a lot. Makes it very bright and summery.
I'm also glad that we did add the capers and the onion.
That's cool.
A lot of cucumber tea sandwich recipes say that you can use dill and chives. And chives are good, but for a little bit more boldness of flavor, because remember, we're competing with like strawberry soup that has balsamic vinegar in it. And I think caramelized, what was it? I actually have it right here, let's see. Caramelized onion pecan tart and pale egg and caviar over a scallop mousseline. So yeah.
There's some competition. They were not playing around with the menu.
But this is very good. If someone was inviting me to tea and I knew they were going to serve these, you better believe I would show up to eat some.
So you'll be there tomorrow?
I will be.
These are so good. They're the perfect light tea sandwich.
Especially for summer. I think they're going to be just right for tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be really hot.
It's like a heat index of like 110 degrees, so
the light is acting up again.
It will be very hot.
I like these. I will be making them again at home on my own.
They're very tasty. I've had just regular cream cheese cucumber sandwiches before, and they're great, but this is like
Elevated.
yeah, just a little bit more. Make yourself some tea, a few little tea sandwiches.
We are feeling refueled and refreshed for continuing to cook the remaining supply of food for everyone.
Yes. As always, recommend down in the comments below what you would like us to make next time.
We're definitely filling this one for sure.
Yes, it is perfect for today. It is
I
piping
like
hot
how
outside.
90% of the time when we make a recipe, we're like, you know what? I think this might be one of the top 10 recipes that we've shot so far.
It's because they're all so good.
It is.
I think the only thing we have not highly recommended that we've tried has been our ice cream cheese log. Everything else
that was
has been
an educational experience. It was enlightening. So do we have some general ideas of what our next food video might be?
We have some general ideas.
We have an inkling of what we might want to do for our next one.
It's nothing,
Maybe.
nothing special or different. It's just going to be a different.
Our
filming
food is
location.
nothing special?
The food will be special, but I'm saying don't get excited because it's just going to be a normal video. I think we just need to cut all of this right here. Cut it, cut.
And this is why I have accusations of arson.
Cut. In the clip. We need to stop here.
Are you not enjoying yourself anymore?
Don't burn my house down.
Do I get a please?
No, that's an order.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Anyway,
I promised there was nothing but tea in that tea.
Anyway, we will see you next time. Hopefully with more delicious recipes.
For now, we shall continue drinking our tea-only tea. Don't give me that look.
For now, we shall continue drinking our delicious tea
It is delicious.
and doing more food prep. Until next time. Bye!
Bye! Mystery time.
There's a mystery.